My name is Andrew Heaton. I'm a research associate at the University of Central Lancashire's Civic Drone Centre. Well, the Civic Drone Centre was specifically set up to look at civilian uses of drones, including journalism, sort of inspection, also policing, search and rescue, humanitarian work. So what we do is we take a holistic approach looking at the use of the drones in the field and also any engineering that needs to be done to make them better or safer in those uses. Currently we have a search and rescue platform called AeroSea, where we take photos on the drone and then we can distribute those across the web for virtual search and rescue agents to identify people within those images. We're starting up our own sort of drone training course as well with a flight school which is approved by the UK CAA as well. At the moment, some of the policy issues around aerial trespass and also privacy issues that drones could create. People are exploring those, but there's also around the safety of them because they are sort of sidestepping some of the existing aviation regulations. They're limited, not flying over crowds of people, which obviously has implications in a journalistic context. If you want to sort of survey a large march or protest, you may need to fly over those people to get the coverage you want. In the UK, at the moment, you're generally not allowed to fly over groups of more than 150 people normally, or within crowds of 1,000 people. You can get exemptions for that, but there is no standard procedure for doing so. The European Union has produced several reports on sort of the impacts of drones and looking into their privacy. It's still being discussed as to what the implications are and what sort of safeguards need to be put in place, but sort of data protection acts across Europe still apply to drones and the data they may be collecting. Civic Drone Centre started to work with some graphene components, so that's the ultra-thin single sheet of carbon atoms, and we're looking at various properties of that, sort of the possible aerodynamic properties and also just generally weight saving. The lighter the aircraft is, the longer it can fly. But there also are issues around how we actually manufacture and sort of bond this material to other materials and to itself. Also questions about how long it's going to last. So we just started the process of looking into how to use the material and are the advances it proclaims as good as they are. Today we're just doing a general review of some of the current practice of drone journalists. I will be talking about sort of the general legal frameworks, but no specifics because it varies from country to country. Then about the potential journalistic uses, but the current technology that's available for anybody to pick up off even a electronic shop shelf, and also then go through a couple of case studies showing a bit of footage taken by drones and some of the other stuff you can do rather than just the raw video or photos from the drone, and then a few speculations about the future directions, including sort of non-visual data incorporated into stories, such as pollution or pollen counts or real-time weather at a sort of hyperlocal location where the drone has been flying that day. Well, one thing could be, say, pollution counts. Instead of having sort of one centre near a city, you could say fly over a factory and map pollution hotspots across that factory, and depending where the wind's blowing, follow and track that perhaps pollution where it is going in somewhat real time.